Have you ever sat in silence, maybe after a call that left you feeling dismissed, or worse, ignored, and thought, when did everything change between me and my children? You were there through it all, changing diapers, wiping tears, cheering them on, and sacrificing more than most will ever know. So why now? Do they talk over you? Ignore your advice? Avoid your calls? Why does it sometimes feel like you've become invisible? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And more importantly, this can change, starting today. In this video, we're going to talk about how you can quietly, powerfully, and gracefully shift the dynamic with your adult children, not through guilt, not by demanding respect, but by becoming someone they can't help but respect. Let's begin. 1. Understand the shift. There comes a time in every parent-child relationship when the roles begin to change. You were once their protector, teacher, and biggest fan. Now, they might treat you like a background character in their busy lives. Sometimes they talk down to you, dismiss your advice, or seem too busy when you need them. And that hurts. Deeply. But here's the first truth to hold on to. Respect is not something you can demand. It's something you quietly command by how you carry yourself. Let's talk about how. Second, stop chasing approval. Let's start with something many parents do without even realizing it. Trying too hard to please their adult children. Have you ever said yes when you really wanted to say no, just to avoid conflict? Babysat the grandkids when you were exhausted? Kept quiet even when they used a tone that made your stomach turn? Here's the hard truth. The more you chase their approval, the less they respect you. It's not because they're ungrateful. It's because human nature tends to respect strength, not sacrifice without limits. Take Margaret, a mother of 3. She gave up control over her life, her finances, and even her health decisions to keep the family together. But the more she gave, the less they listened. They saw her not as a wise elder, but as someone who could be pushed aside. What Margaret thought was kindness, her children saw as weakness. So here's your first action step. Stop bending over backward to keep the peace. Say no when you need to. Speak up when something doesn't sit right. You are allowed to take up space in your own life. Respect starts with self-respect. 3. Drop the arguments. Pick up leadership. When your adult child disrespects you, it's tempting to fight back. You might want to shout, "Do you even remember everything I've done for you?" Or say, "Don't speak to me like that." But here's the problem. Arguing rarely brings change. It just keeps you stuck in the same exhausting cycle. Try this instead. Stop reacting. Start leading. Meet Frank, a retired teacher. In the classroom, he commanded respect. At home, his adult kids mocked his opinions and talked over him. At first, Frank fought back. Every conversation became a debate, but one day, he chose a new approach. He spoke calmly. He stopped trying to win. He carried himself like someone who didn't need their approval to feel whole. And something amazing happened. They started listening. Not because he yelled louder, but because he stopped playing the game. Your calm presence is your greatest power. You don't have to shout to be heard. You just have to act like someone worth listening to. And they will feel it. 4. Detach emotionally, just a little. Now this part might feel tough, but stay with me. You don't need your children to fulfill you emotionally. That doesn't mean you don't love them. But the more you depend on them to feel needed, loved, or appreciated, the more they pull away. Helen was a devoted mother. When her children moved away, she was heartbroken. She called every day. She waited by the phone. She missed them aloud, constantly. And they began to distance themselves. Why? Because when we depend on someone emotionally, they feel pressure, not connection. Then one day, Helen made a change. She joined a dance class. She started reading, painting, and laughing again. And guess what? Her phone started ringing. Her kids missed her, not for what she gave, but for who she was. When you live fully, they come closer. Let go of the expectation that they should fill your emotional cup. Fill your own cup first, and you'll be surprised who comes to sit beside you. 5. Set boundaries with love. If there's one thing that transforms relationships, especially with adult children, it's this: boundaries. Not walls, not ultimatums. Clear, loving, healthy boundaries. Take Robert, a successful retired businessman. At work, everyone respected him. At home, his children rolled their eyes, interrupted him, and dismissed his advice. One night, after a particularly disrespectful dinner conversation, Robert waited until things were calm and simply said, "You don't have to agree with me, but I expect to be spoken to with respect. If that's not possible, I'll step away from conversations like this." No yelling, no drama, just clarity. And slowly, they began to treat him differently. Here's what to remember. People treat you the way you allow them to. If your adult children interrupt you, speak over you, or dismiss you, ask yourself, have I let this slide for years out of love or fear of conflict? It's okay. Many of us do. But from now on, let love come with standards. 6. Stop giving without gratitude. As a parent, giving comes naturally. But there's a painful pattern many fall into: giving and giving without appreciation. Money, time, babysitting, advice, all freely offered and often taken for granted. Meet George. He was always there for his kids, even in his 70s, rearranging doctor appointments to help them move. But when he had surgery, no one showed up. That day, George made a quiet decision. No more automatic yes. From now on, he would only help when it was needed and when it was appreciated. And guess what? His kids started saying thank you. They stopped expecting and started appreciating. Sometimes, people need to feel the weight of your absence to remember the value of your presence. Your time and energy are valuable. Let others earn it. Don't hand it over automatically. 7. Reclaim your identity. Here's something many parents forget. You are not just a parent. You are a whole person, with dreams, preferences, passions, and potential. Now that your children are grown, ask yourself, what brings me joy? What have I been putting off? Join a class, start a garden, take that trip, dance again. When your children see you living, not just waiting around for their attention, something shifts. They begin to admire you again, not because they feel guilty, but because they see you as someone full of life. 8. Watch the shift happen. As you begin to, say no when needed. Speak calmly but clearly. Set loving boundaries. Focus on your own joy. Stop chasing and start leading. You'll start to notice small shifts. They call more often. They speak more kindly. They listen when you talk. Not because you force them, but because your presence commands it. And even if it doesn't happen right away, don't lose heart. They're adjusting to a new you, a stronger you, a whole you. Final thought. You matter. Let's come back to the simple truth. You matter, not for what you give, not for how much you've done, but simply because of who you are. You deserve to be respected, heard, and valued, not because you're perfect, but because you're human. So ask yourself this today. Where am I still giving away my power? Is it saying yes when you want to say no? Is it staying silent when you deserve to be heard? Is it tying your worth to how often they call or visit? Wherever that is, start there. Make one small change. Say, I'm not available that day. Let's revisit this conversation when we can both be respectful. I'm going to spend today doing something I love. Small steps, big shifts, before you go. If this message spoke to you, if you've ever felt overlooked or disrespected by your adult children, know this. You're not alone. You are worthy. You are strong. Leave a comment below. Your story might help someone else. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We make content to uplift you, support you, and remind you. It's never too late to reclaim your voice. Never too late to set healthy boundaries. Never too late to live with dignity. You're not here just to survive. You're here to thrive. Until next time, take care, live boldly, and remember, dignity is the most powerful message you'll ever send.